India begins talks with Russia for Rs 39,000 crore Triumf missile shield deal. New Delhi, India has now begun final contract negotiations with Russia for the Rs 39,000 crore, over $5.5 billion, acquisition of 5 advanced S-400 Triumf air defense missile systems, which can detect, track and destroy hostile strategic bombers, stealth fighters, spy planes, missiles, and drones at a range of up to 400 kilometers and altitude of 30 kilometers. India wants to conclude the major deal in the 2018-19 financial year, with the first S-400 surface-to-air (SAM) missile system, with its associated battle management system of command post and launchers, acquisition and engagement radars, and all-terrain transporter-erector-launcher vehicles, slated for delivery 2 years after the contract is inked. All the 5 S-400 systems, which can even take on medium-range ballistic missiles, apart from cruise missiles, will be delivered in 54 months. The force multiplier will change the dynamics of air defense in the region, a Defense Ministry source said. India's final commercial negotiations with Russia after extensive field trials come at a time when China has already begun to get deliveries of 6 S-400 batteries, designated SA-21 Growler by NATO, under a $3 billion deal inked in 2014. There were, however, reports that some auxiliary components of the S-400 systems being shipped to China from Russia were damaged in a storm last week. Russia, which has deployed the S-400 in Crimea for airspace protection along the Ukraine border, is also set to sell the air defense systems to Turkey and Saudi Arabia. India can deploy the highly mobile S-400 system to protect a city during war, or even use it to neutralize Pakistan's short-range NASR, HAT-9, nuclear missiles. Pakistan often recklessly brandishes its NASR missiles as a battlefield counter to India's cold start strategy of swift, high-intensity conventional attacks into enemy territory. With long-range radars to track 100 to 300 targets simultaneously, the S-400 has different kinds of supersonic and hypersonic missiles to intercept incoming aerial threats at different ranges. The system's cost depends on the configuration a customer wants. India, for instance, is mainly going in for long-range, 120-370 km, interception missiles. TOI was the first to report in October 2015 that the Defense Acquisitions Council, DAC, was finalizing the game-changing acquisition of the S-400 systems to plug major operational gaps in airspace defense. After clearance from the DAC in December that year, the Modi-Putin summit in Goa in October 2016 led to inking of intergovernmental agreements for 5 S-400 systems, 4 Grigoriev-class frigates and 200 Kamov Tu-26T light helicopters, while the two also sealed the lease of a second nuclear-powered submarine after Inschukra, altogether worth around $10.5 billion, as was then reported by TOI. When the S-400 contract is actually inked, it will be among the largest ever deals with Russia. The other big deals include the ones for 272 Sukhoi 30 Mki fighters, over $12 billion, and INS Vikramaditya, $2.33 billion for the aircraft carrier and another $2 billion for 45 MiG-29Ks to operate from its deck.